Learning and Culture, a visual analysis of how does learning occur by ZzH Hu. What is learning? The first idea comes into my mind of this question that is schools and study. As for the wide variety of ways in which we learn, I think schools is indeed one way of it. Just as Javas once said, learning has a social dimension. He also mentioned that learning is any more or less permanent change in behavior, which is the result of the experience. And how about the occurrence of learning? Let's first analysis based on the theory of Piaget. Babies are quite sure what happens to objects in their first stage of sensory motor. They have sense of actions, just like his families keep disappearing and reappearing, or even they are trying to have fun with babies. During their age of 2 to 6 years old, babies are gradually pretend to play, have egocentricity and language development, like they give positive response when you call them by name. After the pre-operational, it is called the concrete and the formal operational stage. I think these are the stages best for learning. Not only for children think logically about the concrete events, but also they process things abstract through learning these stages. I prefer to divide into two types of analyzing how learning occurs. The first side is to have a new connection with the existing experience in the past time, trigger thinking, deepen the previous understanding, and change the concept and the behavior. It is likely we have a subjective will to explore the new areas, so we learn. We rarely touch or even have not been involved in the field, fun of new things, where we can fully exercise ourselves and change ourselves. For example, in life, we change the route to work, or in the study, contact with another professional book. Sometimes in work, switch to another position. The second is to encounter unpredictable or ambiguous situations, which lead to thinking, problems, and exploration, thus leading to changes in concepts and behaviors. Our brain can respond to the outside world quickly and can distinguish quickly which is familiar, which is known, and which is foreseeable. We already know how to deal with predictable situations, and new situations require us to adjust and change our behavior, which means we may need to learn. It is only when something unexpected happens or when it's not clear that we can consciously focus on it. Also, as learning is to obtain external information to change self-cognition and behavior, psychological research states that human perception of the outside world can be divided into 3 songs: a comfort song, a learning song, and a panic song. Real learning must seek the breakthrough of the cognitive boundary, which is in line with the theory of learning area, summarized by the psychologists. Question 1. Bilingual education. What are the challenges in the process of international education? How to arrange the time and space structure of the 2 languages to achieve real bilingual teaching, and how to pay attention to the priority of mother tongue and mother tongue teaching and the transfer of high-level thinking ability generated in mother tongue teaching. I think these are all the challenges. Question 2. How can overseas learning promote the development of Chinese college students' intellectual competence? What are the challenges? As for the promotion, students improve themselves by learning project and cross-cultural contact, like group work in class, student club, social contact, and leisure activities. but language barrier, academic pressure, lack of common ground, and so on. These will become an obstacle in cross-cultural learning. Thank you for your watching that made by Zhenzhen Hu.